Welcome back to Popes and Pilots. Let's play some more Victoria 3. We're playing as Mexico. We're going for Manifest Mexico. And I believe the only thing we still have to do is eat North Dakota. And, well, get the Americans out of the Great Power List once and for all. And they have their way of bouncing back. They also have their way of just giving in to our demands, which is unfortunate because it gives us a 5-year truce. 5-year? I think 5-year truce-ish. And sort of allows them to keep getting away scot-free, which is crazy. I wonder how far... Oh, you're just infinitely far away from rank 9. Oh, that's crazy. That is... What the... Why are you still so prestigious? Just your nutty GDP. And your navy power. Well, your army power protection. So all the things. My point is, Italy is so far away in rank 9 that I don't even know how we get the Americans out of this in the time that we have left, because there's not a ton of time left. If they keep just giving in to our demands, we might just fail. It claims that if they're reduced below 954 for an extended amount of time, which we might... If we get a war, we can do that. I just don't know if we can get a war here. Or if they're just going to give up again. Where the heck does the number 954 come from? Why 954? That makes no sense to me. Yada yada yada, yada yada. Doesn't tell me anything. Because it would make sense to me if they had to drop below the Italians. They actually are also a great power right now. Even though their prestige is way below 954. What is that number from? Is it like a percentage thing? Oh, good lord, we're so much more prestigious than everybody else. Our army and our GDP are just worlds apart from everybody else. Which is cool. I mean, I like that. Oh no, well, our army is worse than the Austrians, but our GDP is just so much better. I don't really know what I can do if I don't get a war to get the US of A to be crushed. Now, I guess we can embargo them. We should probably embargo them. Just so their trade is bad. They can't just take all this stuff from us. Why are we losing this much money? That's a lot of money to lose. 50-ish or so of stuff that is not being subsidized being built. I don't know what we're building that's not being subsidized, but something isn't. Which, that's gonna go away, I assume. Our subsidies are through the roof. Power plants, railway and munition plants. And the good old synthetic plants. What can we do about that? We're no longer at war. We're not even preparing for war. So surely we're swimming in ammunition. I just built too much electricity. I think we can maybe tune down our power plants a little bit too. That might actually be a thing we can do. Let's try and sell ammunition. And then try and tune down our power plants. Also, I guess stop exporting these things. I would like to sell ammunition to somebody who's giving me money for it, but also buys a lot. Like the French here, and the Italians, and the Austrians. Why not? We just sell arms to everybody who needs them. There we go. And then we want to tune down our... Do we want to tune down our use of our production of electricity, or was there something that I needed a ton of electricity for? I feel like I didn't find any of that last time. Good lord, the car price is nothing. So food, clothing, dye, fish, lead or engine production, let's say can we do anything to them that uses electricity? I don't believe I can. Kind of automated bakeries, but that's neither here nor there. Textile mills, furniture manufactories, glass works, tooling, paper, chemical plants. We could probably go into brine electrolysis, which does use a little more electricity. It doesn't really matter in the amount. Would mean more explosive and fewer fertilizer, less fertilizer? No, fewer. Oh, less fertilizer, I guess. Which is exactly not what we're looking for. So let's not do that. Synthetics, no. Motor industries. Surely I could go full on electric engines, which does seem to be great in multiple ways. Are we on diesel in some places? Oh, Yucatan is on diesel. And everybody else is on electric. So actually all we would be doing is going back to electric in Yucatan. We do that swap, which takes a lot of the pain of our oil production, which is in pain. But it means we have even fewer engines. We already have engine issues. So really, yeah. Kind of funny that, I mean, nowadays, real life, car production seems to be moving towards electric engines and from diesel engines. But apparently at this time of, but at this time period, people seem to be going the other way. This actually doesn't seem too bad. I mean, yeah, it's more oil and more tools. There's also more electricity. It saves infinite amounts of labor. And I actually don't care about unemployed people so much anymore. Nobody's radical, really, even though we just bought a bunch of radical Americans. I think I'm going to go to assembly lines in our motor industries. That should make them utterly productive. Arc-welded steamships. That's also going to use a bunch of electricity, isn't it? Use a bunch of steamers, which we do have extras, but we might be able to sell them. I'm going to do that too. And then I want to go and try and sell steamers to people. Anybody want some steamers? Not ironclads. S. Steamers. The Italians will buy 227 of my steamers. See what that does to our market. Doesn't look great for our money situation, which I don't like. We did drop the electricity, but not by the amount that we would need. And we still have tons of spare steamers. Tons of ammunition. Okay. I want to do more trading, if possible. I mean, I can sell these kind of amounts of steamers, sure, to a whole bunch of different people. But that's not going to make the huge difference. We're already selling ammunition to pretty much anybody. No questions asked. Anybody going to buy my automobiles? You are. Good. What about glass? Oh, that's a lot of glass that we could sell to the French. Excellent. Let's do that. Let's do you as well. And even the Ching, sure. Get our export industry going again. Oh, that's a lot of clothing we could sell. Are we actually over on clothing? We're not. So maybe we don't really need to. That made my money situation worse. I would expect that the subsidies on power plants went down. What went up? Did my income go down? Let's give it a few days so we can see things in the graph. I do wonder what... Oh, now things are changing. National expenses seem to be still quite even. Revenue, I mean, it's not visible change. Income taxes, dividend taxes, tariffs. I'm sure there's a... Well, I'm sure there would be a better way to show these things. So that's all fixed. I don't know. Let's have a look what happens to our economy if we let it run for a bit. It's not like money is an issue. I still don't like being negative, and I've said that before, and I will say that again. Now, when can I hit the US of A? Truce. 16. Yeah, about a 5-year truce again. And somehow they're still nuts. Well, nuts. They're about a tenth as nuts as we are, but since everybody else is pretty garbage, doesn't really matter. No, Egypt. Oh, they're unrecognized. So these guys will have to beat, I believe, a great power in war to be recognized as actual contenders. And before that, they do not get to play in the major power game. Okay, we still have too much electricity. I have looked for a bunch of ways to spend electricity, and we did find some. We don't know that there's much we can do here to spend even more electricity. I mean, could probably do something like refrigerated rail cars, which, I mean, sure, it's going to free up some laborers, which is whatever. Does make you perform a lot better, apparently. Oh, electric fences? You don't have electric fences? I mean, I guess you didn't need electric fences, but let's go. Labor, there's going to be a bunch of unemployment. That's what we're creating right now. But I think our economy can handle that. And we have a pretty high standard of living for those who are unemployed. So we shouldn't see infinite creation of radicals from this, from what I'm doing here. Fishing wharves. Now, if you like flash freezing, you would be doing a lot better. Also generates a ton of laborers. Oh, look at these making money. There's a chance I should have done things like this before. Just ignored the idea of full employment and gone for more efficient production, which is kind of what I'm doing here. It just makes things to be, well, it makes things a lot more productive. But at the cost of not giving people money, right? So, we need to be building more. I forgot about that. It's certainly no longer electricity. It would be nice to build things that require electricity. Kind of looks like the engine market. Let's look for market price issues. Oh, we have hardwood shortage. Do I actually want to... Oh, good lord, those radios. Nobody's building them. Do I actually want a bunch of wood production then? A bunch of logging camps? I mean, the answer is no, I don't want to. But we might just need them. Why are you not all on electric sawmillage? I mean, I guess... Right now, wood is not worthwhile because we're not producing. But it would be great for us to have more wood in general. So I'm just going to do this. And everybody should be making hardwood for sure. And I don't know that I want you to be using chainsaws. We'll see about that later on. Maybe we don't spam wood production. We have some more oil. Let's exploit it. Still know about gold mines. They do seem to be quite efficient. Or at least productive. Right, that's the tanker cars. Coal mines. I would like to work on oil, but they don't really. Well, I don't have oil. That's why they're not. I'm building a ton of motor industry, so maybe that's not the investment we want to be doing. This... We have a few telephones coming in. And radios with that, so maybe that's also not where we're looking. Okay, let's go back to the trade screen. Maybe with fish now being actually kind of productive, I'm just going to spam a bunch of fish. Because we do seem to be lacking some of those. Rural. Fishing wharves. And California claims to have no people, but that's not true. Texas claims to have no people, but that's not true. glad that they're going to improve this screen, among many other things that they're going to improve in the new next patch. Okay, that's a decent amount of fish probably going to come in. Let's not overdo it. I have been overdoing things a little bit in the past. Let's go back to price sorting here. Hardwood might become better. Look for something that has a very high price and that's still a relatively high amount of missing things. Meat is still expensive, and I don't think we have infinite fertilizer yet, do we? We're kind of even on fertilizer, so maybe not. Maybe it's not the time for more ranches. Do we want more furniture? Does require even more hardwood, which is nyeh. Maybe clothing. Maybe it's actually even more textile mills. Apparently, it's a worthwhile market to be in. Kansas. 15 factories. There you go. Let's not do Texas. Texas doesn't have infinite people. Let's do 10 in Arizona. And 20 in Rio Grande. And then let's grab Rio. Wait, too many Rio Grandes. Rio Grande. Is that my Rio Grande? That is not my Rio Grande. Which one is my Rio Grande? None of these. Wait, what? Probably spelled that incorrectly. Oh, there. Not a dot on the I, but some sort of accent. What do I want to build here? Railway. So I just spammed a bunch of things. What are other places that I just spammed a ton of thing into? Wyoming looks like they would need more help. Maybe Yucatan, Kansas. Wyoming, Arizona, Kansas. Which, you know, that's Kansas. And then Wyoming, which is somewhere in the Americas. There you are. And there was one other place. I forgot. It's gonna complain. It'll be fine. Hardwood price went down. That probably means we no longer have a shortage of hardwood. Good. So swapping over to massive hardwood production. Mississippi. It's not a thing we care about much. Number 9. How? Oh, but you're still a great power. Well, you got overtaken by Italy, so something must have changed in Italy. I think there was a radical Italy thing going on, wasn't there? Maybe that's why all this happened. But it's claiming that they're going to stay a great power, even though they're number 9. But that seems a lot more doable now. Good, good, good. Because I'm no longer particularly afraid that we can take all the land that we need in time. Assuming the achievement doesn't lie. But I am somewhat afraid that we're not going to be able to make them not a great power. Oaxaca lacking taxation capacity. Let's fix that. Radios, we know. Oh. You are building railway, Botswana. Good. Oaxaca, you are surely building railway. You are. Namaqualand, yes. I guess I fixed this last time before we stopped the recording. And Wyoming, I think I just spammed with P into. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Money slightly recovering. How's our colonization of the Africas? Oh, hello, France. Being occupied by... Those don't look French. What's your war? Danish proletariat revolt? I don't think that's the war we're looking at here. So the other one would be this, where the Shona are apparently successfully rising up against the French. Oh, with Prussia on their side. Okay, okay, that explains things maybe. Also, can I see the war goals from here? Revoke French claims. It's possible that they can actually get the French below 0 here. kind of looks like they can. Yeah. Okay, so this secession might just succeed. Which, I mean, I guess we like. And you are still colonizing. Almost done colonizing up there. But hey. How's this part of the show now uprising? Interesting. Uncolonized land. Oh, I guess that's always the case when you do colonization and you get uprisings. It's that kind of uprising. Okay, fine. I get it. Oh, we should probably be looking into building things in South Dakota. Tank production. South Dakota has tons of peasants. We're building some oil rigs. I'm gonna preemptively build some railway in South Dakota. Of course, we're gonna wanna spam some resource extraction or something in there. Okay, tanks. And we're almost done with military. We're so close to being done with society. I mean, I'm certainly done with society. Not what I mean, though. Carriers. Battle fleet tactics. Maybe have a look at our military setup again. Because we learned that it's bad. Ooh. That requires tanks. I mean, I understand that it's bad to have to do the swap right before the war. Battleship requires even more radios, which we unfortunately can't have. Don't like it. I know we can go to diesel trains, but that's really not what we're looking to do here. Government run. Tanks. Tanks. Surely our war machine industries are not doing well at all. And they're not. They're also not being subsidized, which is probably fine. Tank production requires oil engines and steel. It's apparently extremely expensive. Wait, do we actually use all those aeroplanes we have? Surely not. We do? Minus 48.5. Do you have like a huge export of aeroplanes? Or do we actually use all those in reconnaissance? A huge export of 9. Which should be an unproductive trade route, but it's not showing up. Right? That's negative money. Oh, it's other people. Right, that's why it's not showing up. Does it mean I want more war machine industry so I can start building tanks just because I want to have tanks? Which, I mean, I guess it's a reason. Let's run some more war machine industries, even though they're not making any money at all. Which actually, why is that? If planes are actually in demand, why are you not making any money? Because hardwood is the bee's knees. Do we need less hardwood if we make tanks? No. Just need more other stuff. So honestly, we're probably looking at producing more hardwood. Even though wood is looking fine. This game is complicated. It's very, very difficult to find the right balance of things. I kind of like that. I mean, for one, I like my games being complicated and difficult. That's just something I enjoy. But also, I do like that even though we're clearly very, very powerful here and quite far into the game, it doesn't feel irrelevant what I do. Which is quite surprising, honestly. You'd think that everything would by now be whatever. But it doesn't feel like that. I mean, now there's whatever and whatever, right? It is whatever insofar as... So that's actually the wrong place. Yeah, you can also have more railway, sure. Insofar as reaching our goal, I think most of what we're doing right now is probably irrelevant. If we're making a little more, a little less money, whether we have tanks or not, should not make a difference in our quest to beat the US of A. So, yeah, we're super powerful and we can probably just get our stuff done. On the other hand, we are... It's not like our economy is just running away with us. I mean, GDP is huge. That's great. But it's not like we're absolutely swimming in tons of money that we can spend. And we do still have to think about how to get our economy balanced. And I like that. I like that a lot. And we see all these radicals that probably came from my changing of employment situations. But they're going to go down. It'll be fine. It's just, you know, some things had to change for the good of all. Greater good. Ooh, California. How about some government administration, California? Can't miss out on those Californian taxes, can we now? And ammunition to the Italians is unproductive, unfortunately. Unfortunately. These immigrations are crazy, by the way. I don't know if our... Yeah, our population curve looks quite... it's also... Well, it's probably non-linear. It's probably also some sort of quadratic equation there. Seeing... Which is good. It's just I have a hard time providing employment for all, which is fine because we have great social security in our country. So we don't need everybody to be employed. It's okay. Oh, Mexican East Angola is complete. Which is this. So, do we start colonizing the Shona uprising then? Which seems weird. Establish colony. We could do it in Zambia. Let's do Zambezi. It's weird to colonize a place that's all French right now. Maybe later. Once that uprising succeeds, which hopefully it will. French Equator. Everybody wants to be there. This actually looks quite realistic. It's somewhat similar in real life, right? I mean, I might have just baked that in there. I don't know. Or I might just be making things up anyway. All of that is possible. What are we doing here? Alright. When did it say can I attack? In 16? Good lord. Don't have that kind of time. I think the game ends in 36. It's time for World War I though. We didn't really see that damn foolish thing in the Balkans explode, although... Austria-Ottoman? That would be a fight. Kill some crown prince in Serbia maybe and have things go off. What the heck happened to you? Modena and Lucca are alive. Alive. Arming the natives. If they buy my ammunition, I'm happy to do that. Barot's relations towards the US of A improves. Okay, that happens anyway. Right, they get supplied with weapons either way. Because the US are apparently helping them. And our choice is increasing tension, making the US of A dislike us, or we get reduced colonial growth generation. I have some tensions. If they want to rise up, then who am I to stop them? If they want to give me their land for free, then that's their prerogative. Right there. Alright, Manchester situation seems to have been somewhat resolved. Even though this still doesn't look insanely good. It's looking a lot better though. We actually almost sold all our steamers and we sold all our glass. And yeah, it's not that bad. Not that bad at all. Building, building, building. Almost through our queue again. Oh well, almost at the end of our queue, I suppose. Again, keep rising that GDP. Honestly, what we should probably be doing, even though it's very late to do this, I'm probably just shooting myself in the foot doing this. I am tempted to just run more construction buildings. Because, I mean, we have the investment pool, right? Can just build almost at infinitum. Rubber in Annam. I'm sure that's important for somebody. I don't think I know where Annam is. Rio Grande Annam. Yeah, sure. Oh, Annam. Yep. Rubber? What? Oh, rubber in Southeast Asia? I am flabbergasted. This tax situation in California is not good. Let's give them another set of government administration. I need that money. Why are you so untaxable? It's just ham. Revoked French claims. Succeeded. Okay. But who actually got... What? Somebody must have freed themselves from the French, but not really, apparently. Oh. Odd. That does look weird. What's all this then? The Brits against the Dar al-Kuti. Can I not? Thank you for allowing me to not. Oh. I was fast. Yeah, a bit more stuff, Always keep building. Always be building. Still infinite on the need for dye. And porcelain, but unfortunately we're kind of even on the glass now, so really building more porcelain production seems kind of weird. Similar for clothing, isn't it? Does seem like it's similar. Wait, where's clothing? Oh, actually swimming. Not like that. So don't go for that. Dye, lead. And it does look like we need even more engines. I mean, engines of progress and all that. Sure. Let's go engines in someplace. I know I've been spamming South Dakota a lot. But we have a bunch of railway coming in there. Why not do some in South Dakota? And why not do some in East Angola? Sure. And then California has issues paying taxes. I don't like those people. Let's not go there. Let's do this as well. And then I'm going to try to remember East Angola for the, well, as people who require more railway. Do some Oaxaca, do some Veracruz. How's Jalisco doing? Yeah, let's do Jalisco as well. And then East Angola. It's not incorporated. Change that. Not really. Don't really have the time for that. Barely before the game ends, I suppose. But give you some railway, sure. Why not? Go, go, go. Now it's 19:12. It is also over 30 minutes into the episode, so I'm gonna have to say thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy what you're seeing, as always, please do hit that like button, subscribe if you're not subscribed yet, and if you have anything at all to say, please do so down there in that comment section. Thank you for watching. See you folks next time.